We did Amos 8 and 11, which was talking about the essence of time and the importance of us being out here bringing out this message. So if I could please have one of my brothers bring out Exodus chapter 3, verse 13. Baba Kasha.
Exodus 3, verse 13. And Moses said unto Yahawah, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers has sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them?
And so that's like what we were explaining earlier. The Most High chose Moses to bring out his word. The Most High was coming to Israel, our forefathers, our ancestors, bringing them the truth of the Most High Yahawah. But he also, Most High put on Moses' spirit that they would inquire and want to know his name. And the Most High chose Yasharallah, Israel, to know his name. Verse 14, Baba Shah.
Verse 14. And Yahawah said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me unto you.
And there you go right there. And that's beautiful. The Most High chose us as Israel, as the seeds of Jacob. The Most High chose us to receive his word, the law, statutes, commandments. The Most High chose us to know his name. And that is why it is important that we know his name. And it is Yahawah. And we praise that name. And we honor it. Because again, that's a loving relationship that the Most High has blessed us with. For us to know him as our God and know his name. He didn't give his name, he didn't give his laws, he didn't give his choice to these other nations. And he explains that in this Bible. And that is the importance of reading the Bible, so we get that full understanding that we're not fooled into believing what society would have us believe. That God loves everybody, that you don't have to follow the law, statutes, commandments. The law is done away with. We just read the Gospels, just listen to what Paul says. You know, oh, if you believe in the name Jesus, then you're already saved. Your ticket's already punched. That's all folly. That's all lies. We know we got to work for it. We know that there's only a chosen people that the Most High has chosen. So if I could please have Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. And more on that is why Yahawah gave us his name. You know, and we know by looking at the filthy lucre of this world, what's on the back of that, brothers? What does it say? God we trust on that paper. And again, they don't even have the love and respect to put his true name because it wasn't given to them. And that's, to me, that's who their God is. That little piece of paper that says, in we trust. They could leave me out of that we because I ain't French. I put my trust in the Most High Yahawah. That's his name.
That's
that
right.
is what he told us through our ancestor Moses. And that is what I'm telling Yasharallah. Know who your father is. It is Yahawah. It is I am that I am. Just like that precept said. Go bring that out, King.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahawah of your fathers giveth you.
Go ahead and keep reading.
Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you.
And man, I just, like I said, when I was reading this, I was like, man, the Most High is so amazing. You know, he's so loving, the way he tells us more than once. You know, and that just reminds me of like a family relationship. You know, your parents, when they give you instruction, you know, they tell you more than once because they know you might forget or that you didn't hear the first time. And they expect us to do that. And just like the Most High was bringing out to Moses, as he told us more than once that we are his people, that he's got laws, statutes, commandments that he wants us to listen to. But that last verse right there, he said, do not add and do not diminish. And that is something that I have noticed in this wicked world, that society lies to us and tells us, like I was just stating earlier, that, oh, all you got to do is believe in the name Jesus. It's a made-up name. You know what I mean? I'm not going to believe in that because that doesn't punch the ticket. That doesn't get you into salvation. The Most High blessed us with His name, which is Yahawah. And that is what we need to know and honor and respect and listen to Him when He says to Moses to tell us, follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You are the chosen people above all other nations. Go ahead and read chapter 3, Baba Kasha, or verse 3, Slakia.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor. Salakia, Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord thy Yahawah hath destroyed them from among you.
And that tells me the Most High is a great and terrible God, like I've read in other precepts in other books. And He's telling us, you've seen what happens when you don't listen to me. You've seen what happens to those people that were worshiping Baal Peor. And we know who Baal is. It was that fake god that the heathens made. And our people thought, dang, it looks like they're having fun worshiping that idol. I want to go do that. And then the Most High is saying, you've seen what happened to them. They got destroyed. And that's why the Most High told us, follow my law, statutes, commandments. I am your God. I am Yahawah. Know my name. Because back then our forefathers, they were going off. They were knowing the names of these false idols, of these false gods of the heathens. Go ahead and read verse 5, Baba Kasha.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my Yahawah commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
And that those 10 verses, because I wrote 1 through 10, because they were just driving that point home. He was saying it over and over and over. And our people were there listening. And we know at that time when we left Egypt, over time we fell away from that. We got back into this place that we're at now, this modern day Egypt, this modern society, where we have fallen away from those law, statutes, and commandments. And that's why I thought it was important to go back to those times in the Word and know that is exactly where we are at today. We are once again at that threshold where the Most High is telling us, I have chosen you, Yasharallah, the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Indigenous people. I have chosen you. I have given you my name through the modern-day prophets. We are all representations of Moses, the water Abanawa Yahawah, for waking us up, for cleansing us with the word, that water. And that is why I was bringing out those other precepts like Ephesians, of the wisdom, of the water, and the flowing brook. That is what we are doing. But the Most High, He said, you know what? I chose Moses to wake up this gathering of people. Now He has chosen us to wake up His people, because our people are scattered abroad.
That's right.
Back then, all of us were in one spot where Moses could just talk to us as an audience. But the Most High has scattered us. And so that's why it's our job to be out here doing this. That is why it's our job to wake up and praise the Most High's name and read the book so that we can wake up our people and bring them back to that truth. We got to say it over and over and over again, because that's how we read it. That's what He was telling Moses to tell us. Yasharallah, obey the laws, statutes, and commandments. We can tell you till we're blue in the face, don't do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. But again, that listening or being told is not enough. You have to do it. You have to read. You have to let the truth, the word, sup with your spirit. If I could please have verse 6. Verse 6,
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
And that's what we are. We are wise. We are understanding. And we need to go back to that through this wisdom of the word of the Bible that it's telling us. Go ahead and jump down to verse 9, Baba Shah.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
God, and it said thyself in the beginning of that precept. I can't hold the next man accountable for what I'm doing or not doing. It is up to me to read this book, sup with that spirit, and teach my children's children so that they can teach their children.
That's right.
And that is the accountability that the Most High holds us to. And he tells us that right there. He says, keep doing it. You do it. Do it for your brothers. Do it together. Do it in the name of the Most High Yahawah. So that is the wisdom of the truth of the word of our God, Yahawah. He's not just a title. He is our Father. His name is Yahawah, and that was given to our people.
God.
That's why we hold it so tight and close to our spirit, and we bring it out, and we give praises, and we give thanks to that name. We see what these other nations praise. We see what this other nations call God as a vague general statement, and they have idols of wood, idols of stone, and then, like I was saying earlier, it is my understanding that these other nations, they look at money, filthy lucre, as their God. And they do it so pridefully by putting statements on the back of this paper that say just that. In God they trust. If I could please have Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, verse 1, Baba Kasha. The Water King. And this was a mighty feeling that the Most High put on me when I was reading this stuff, because I was just like, man, I was one of them hard-headed kids that needed to be told at least 20 to 30 times. And so that's why when I was reading this, I was like, man, thank you, Yahweh. Thank you for telling me over and over and over, because there's no misinterpretation. There's no misunderstanding. I'm like, well, maybe he did like the other nations. At least one of the other ones. He's got to say that here somewhere. But he said, no, I chose you. I chose you. You are mine. You follow my laws.
That's
you
right.
follow my commandments. Teach your kids. Don't teach the neighbor's kids. Don't teach the kids down the block. Teach your kids. You do it. You're responsible. You're accountable. I'm giving the word to you. Bring that out, King. 28:1, Baba Kasha, Slakia. Got on a tangent.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to absorb, to observe, and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
And we're all familiar with that one. We're all familiar with Deuteronomy 28. And he says right there, if you listen to me, if you listen to my word, I will put you on high above all other nations. Again, he's telling us he chose us. We need to listen to him, our Father, Yahawah. We don't have to worry about these other nations, because the Most High said he's putting us on high above all of them. So why would we want to discount that or diminish from what he said his laws? We're not adding, we're not diminishing, and saying, but I really like my neighbor. He seems like a cool guy. He invites me over for Thanksgiving turkey dinner. So I think I'm going to try and bring him along. The Most High didn't say that. The Most High didn't go say in that precept right there, go to the other nation and try to bring him along. The Most High says, worry about yourself, do what I told you, and I'm going to bless you if you listen to me.
God.
And that's if we listen to him. Because we already know if we don't listen to him, we know the curses. Then that's in 28, and that's coming here shortly. But I just wanted that to be understood, that the Most High told us, listen to my law, statutes, and commandments. And if we listen, he will do good things for us. He will put us above other nations. And that's not to say that our life is going to be easy the very next day. We're still going to have to go through tribulation and trials. We still have to endure, and that should draw us closer to the Most High Yahawah, draw us closer to the Word, draw us closer to his counsel that is in the Bible. So if things aren't going your way, that's all right. Trust in the Most High. Trust the process. Read the book. Understand it. Let it soak with your spirit. Water King, can I please get... Go ahead and jump on down to verse 10, Baba Kasha.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
God. And when I read that, that made me think of a few things.
God.
One of the things it made me think of was back in the world when I was on the streets hanging out, and if I was walking by somebody's car who perhaps didn't have melanin in their skin, they would instantly lock their doors. Or they would instantly cross the street because they didn't want to be on the same street with me. And when I read that precept, I was like, he ain't lying. Most High ain't lying. He made these people afraid of me. You know what I mean? And that never made me feel bad. I was like, good. I enjoy this space. You know what I mean? And that, again, it lets us know how we know we are his chosen people. Because when I'm sitting in my car and I see these other nations walk by, I'm not scared of them. I don't lock my doors. I don't check to make sure my wallet's still there. I have no fear of these other nations. And that's a blessing from the Most High. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate him Yahawah letting us know that he would make these other nations afraid of us. Because he is fighting for us. He is with us. He loves us. He chose us. He loves you, so-called blacks. He loves you, so-called Hispanics. He loves you, native indigenous people.
Bring it out.
But that love comes with us loving him back. And what's that precept, Elder?
I get it for you.
Con.
Proverbs 8. Let's see.
Because we need to show the Most High that we love him and appreciate him taking care of us. And we shouldn't feel ashamed that these other people fear us. Because there's a reason they fear us. Because he's on our side. Bring it out, Elder.
This book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
There you go right there. So we need to seek him in this book. Obey those laws, statutes, and commandments. Bring it out, King.
It's book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15.
That's right.
Red letter. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Right there. Both fire precepts. And my phrase of the day is drive the point home. Because that's exactly what those precepts do. There ain't no mystery in those words. We see it in the precepts earlier. The Most High chose us. The Most High gave us his word. The Most High gave us law, statutes, and commandments to live by. The Most High would let these other nations see that we have that wisdom because we obey him. But they don't have that wisdom because they don't know him. He chose that to be that way. He didn't give his name to them. He gave his name to us.
That's right.
If I could please have Exodus 14 and 14, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14.
Khan.
The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace.
Khan. And right there, and that's an exact reason why these other nations fear us. Because they see that the Most High will fight for us. The Most High loves his people and takes care of us. So that's why we shouldn't fear these other nations. We shouldn't fear this captivity. It is what it is for a reason. But if we trust and love and obey the Most High, he's going to see us through. Let's lock in. And again, there will be those trials. There will be those fires. It's not going to be a cakewalk. I mean, he didn't make us mighty Yahawah, mighty strong men of the Lord, his people, if we were weak and we couldn't endure this. But we got to do it with trust and faith in the Most High. Could I get Deuteronomy 1 and 30? So these next few precepts, they're just going to try to drive that point home, that the Most High is on our side. He loves us. He's going to take care of us. And we need to love him by obeying his law, statutes, and commandments.
1 and 30.
Khan.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 30. The Lord your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
Go ahead and go to chapter 3, verse 22. I'm driving the point home, folks at home. The Most High will fight for you.
Bring it out.
We don't have to be wicked on the streets no more. We don't have to tote guns or walk around with a meat bug to scare people. They're already scared of us. The Most High did that. The Most High protects us. We need to trust in him. And again, he tells us that over and over, so we need to listen. We need to pay attention. We need to understand. Bring it out, King. Chapter 3, verse 22, Baba Kasha.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3 and verse 22.
Khan.
Ye shall not fear them, for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you.
Khan. Plain as day. Plain as day. He says it multiple times. But I wanted to let people know that the Most High will fight for you. The Most High will take care of you. The Most High has made these people scared of us without us having to do anything. The way we look scares them, and that's their problem, not mine. Could I please have Genesis 25 and 23, Baba Kashab? So we know that we're chosen, Yahawah's chosen people, the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, the 12 tribes. We know that. So I'm just going to highlight this quick point here in Genesis 25:23.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And that's another precept a lot of us are familiar with. And the reason why I brought that out is because these next few precepts I'm going to bring out to show the Most High tells us in his precepts a lot of stuff. And it's us paying attention that we understand and we embrace that we are his chosen people. We don't have to worry about carrying along these other nations. That's not our job. That's not what the Most High told us to do. The Most High said, obey his laws, statutes, commandments. The Most High didn't say, well, inquire about the other nations when I'm trying to save you. Inquire about these other nations when you're down on your luck and you see them surpassing you. The Most High said, worry about yourself, follow my law, statutes, and commandments, and teach your children. And I will fight for you, and I will protect you. So if I could please have Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2, and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And command thou the people, saying, ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir. And
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. My apologies.
And they,
the wind's picking up. For those at home, it's raining and it's windy. But we out here bringing out this word because the Most High protects us and fights for us, and he gives us no fear of these other nations.
Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye good heed unto yourselves, therefore.
And it may seem repetitive, but I love that repetitiveness because he's saying, your brethren Esau, and then in Genesis he lets us know that there's 2 nations. There's Esau and there's Jacob. He chose Jacob, but yes, by the accounts of the Bible, Esau, they're our brethren, but he's saying right there, you're going to pass by them. They live here. I put them there. They're going to fear you. And like he said in the other precepts, I have made it so that these other nations fear you. And he lets us know that we are the one nation that he loves, that he chose. And so again, for those people that always think about these other nations, well, what about them? What about them? What about them? The Most High is telling you about them. If you read and understand, worry about yourself. You are his chosen. What about those law, statutes, commandments? That's what you should be worrying about. How could I follow those? How could I do them better? Let your spirit sup with the spirit so that you obtain that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Baba Kashal, read verse 5.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2, and verse 5. Meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land. No, not so. So I can know not so much as a footbreadth, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession.
So he says, here's Esau, here's you. You're walking past them. Don't mess with them. Don't intermingle with them. Don't ask them what holiday are they hanging out on. What is the name of their god? What kind of lucre are they doing? He said, don't worry about them. You are my people. I gave you instructions. Follow them. I'm telling you where they are. I'm telling you I put them there. Just walk past them. But what does he say in verse 6?
Verse 6. but shall buy meat of them for money, that ye may eat. And ye shall also buy water of them for money, that ye may drink.
Where have we heard that before? When I read that one, the bells were going off in my head. I'm like, man, the Most High, man, Yahawah, man, he's awesome. He tells us right there, Esau's over here. Don't meddle with him. Don't mess with him. But I'm going to give you some money, and you're going to go to them for some food. You're going to go to them for some drink, some water. Not the word, but some water. And he's telling us right there, Esau is on this mountain. He's right there. You're going to walk by him. You're not going to hang out with him. You're not going to go hold hands and do all this other crazy stuff with him. But you are going to buy that water and drink. And he said, remember that. You're going to buy water and drink for them. Esau, that's who they are. That's who you're going to get water and drink from.
Quick precept.
Bring it out, King.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 4.
God.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
God. And right there, the Most High is saying, we're going to go through them dark places, but he's going to be right there with us, protecting us, guiding us. If I could please have Deuteronomy 28:48. Thought to bring that precept out.
28:48.
God. And so this is the connections that I made when I read that part.
That's right.
And hopefully you make those connections at home.
God.
Definitely read it. Don't take my word for it. Read it. Read it. Let the Spirit sup with you so you understand that. The Most High has given us clues to the mystery of Babylon. Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48.
Woo-wee.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Khan. And right there, he says, you shall go to your enemies for thirst and hunger. Now, in the previous precept we were just reading, he told us, Esau is right here. Esau is right here. You're not going to hang out with them, you're not going to meddle with them, but you're going to buy drink and water and food from them. You're going to do that. And he says, it's going to be Esau you're going to get water and food from. And then in 48, he says, your enemies, you're going to go to them in hunger and in thirst.
Check it out.
Now, when I read those two, my carnal spirit said, you reach, Enoch, you're reaching. You can't tie those two together. And so I was like, shut up, carnal mind. My spirit is supping with the Spirit, and he's telling me, Esau is right there. You're going to get water and drink from them. I'm telling you what their name is, who they are. That nation named Esau, not just the one man Esau, the nation of Esau, Edom. You're going to get water and drink from them. Then later on, he tells us, as one of the curses, you're going to go to your enemies.
Right.
For hunger, for thirst. And so, as I continue to read in Deuteronomy, I'll help drive this point home. So, Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 9, Baba Kasham. So hopefully you make these connections. If not, then you're probably not an Israelite. Which is not my problem, that's your problem. Because Most High said, worry about yourself, bring out the word, let the flowing brook come out, the water, and wake up my people. Go ahead, King Slakia.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2, and verse 9.
That's right.
And the Lord said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle. For I will not give thee of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar unto children of Lot for a possession.
So he's telling us, here are the Moabites. You're not going to take their land. You're not going to do nothing. You're just going to go past them. Here they are. You're going to go past them. Now, when we read that about Esau, he said something very similar to what he said about the Moabites. You're not going to take their land. You're not going to take nothing from them except get water and drink. Salakia, water and food. But right here, he's telling us, now here are the Moabites. Here's the land I gave them. You're not going to take any land from them. You're just going to keep walking past them. Now, if the Most High would have said in that verse, here are the Moabites, I'm going to give you money to buy drink and water from them, then I'd be like, okay, maybe that doesn't tie the Moabites to chapter verse 28 or Slakia, verse 48. But he's saying right there, here's Esau, you're going to get water and drink from them. Here are the Moabites, don't mess with their land. Go on to chapter 2 and 19.
Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
And when thou comest nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession.
Con. So here we have Esau, here we have Moab, here we have Ammon. Now, for those who understand the term process of elimination or common denominators, out of those three precepts, we see the common denominator of don't meddle with them, don't meddle with them, don't meddle with them. I gave them land, I gave them land, I gave them land. But out of those three nations that he told us we were going to go past and that we shouldn't meddle with and that they have land, only one of those nations did he tell us of the food and water. And that is why when I read the curse of our enemies, he was driving that point home with me and saying, that is who your enemy is.
God.
Because he put the food and water with that precept to know this is how you're going to tie them, this is how you're going to identify them, this is how I'm identifying them to you.
God.
And I didn't want to add or diminish from the word of God. That's why when I read those precepts, I was like, man, it's coming out right now. The Most High is telling me, do you see? Do you understand? How else do I need to tell this to you? And so that's, again, how we know we are the chosen people of the Most High, Yahawah. He didn't choose Esau. He chose Jacob, whom he later named Israel, who we are descended from as the 12 tribes, the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called native indigenous peoples. Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
That's right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Khan. And man, sometimes it can seem a mystery, but the more we read, the more we understand, and the more we're able to tie precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. And that is why I have these precepts to bring out to my people, because they were revealed to me by the Most High, and so it's my job to bring those out to you, to let you know who you are, what we're supposed to do, and who is it that ordained that to us, and his name is Yahawah.
God.
That's right.
If I could please have Deuteronomy 28:46.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46.
Bring that out, King.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Khan. One more time, King. Salakia.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Khan. And that stuck out to me too, because like we know the blessings, the curses, we could look at those as a sign to know who we are. Like the one about fear. These other nations fear us. That lets me know who we are.
All right.
The curses and the blessings. The curses, Salakia, about going to our enemies for want of all things. That's a sign. We need to adhere and understand who we are. Don't deny the obvious. Don't deny the truth. That is how the Most High lets us know who we are, is by the things that we see, that we go through. Not by the lies that we're told by our oppressors. The enemy, as the Most High called them, as the nation of Esau, as the Most High identified them as to us. If I could please have... Slacky. 2 Kings 17 and 29. So just a quick recap. Moses was chosen because he was drawn from the water to bring us the word. Water equals the word, as understood in Ephesians. The Most High lets us know he chose us to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, to teach our kids, to take accountability for self, and to not do what the heathens did, to remember the things that we've seen in our lives that were going wrong because we weren't following those laws, statutes, and commandments, and to know that the Most High will fight for us when we start obeying those laws, statutes, and commandments, as well as understanding who the enemy is. Bring that out, King.
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 20, and verse 9.
Slakia 17 and 29.
Oh, 17, 29.
Khan Slakia.
That's me. 17, 29. It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, and verse 29. Howbeit, every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the houses of the high places, which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt.
Khan. And right there, the Most High is telling us, these other nations, they're going to make their own gods. And the Most High lets them, because that occupies them, keeps us out of our way, keeps them out of our way, Salakia. So that's why I wanted to bring that out, because I want to tie it all back. The Most High is our God. These other nations, they have their gods. It's not our business to want to know who those other gods are. It's not our business, well, I just want to research it just so I know. No, don't do that, Yasharala. Follow your God, Yahawah, our God, our Father. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments given to us by our ancestors through our ancestor Moses, drawn from the water, the word, the cleansing of the Most High. Could I please have Psalms 96 and 5? And like I said earlier, the Most High is repetitive out of grace and mercy to let us know that he means what he says when he says it. And he says it just to us. He doesn't talk to these other nations like he talks to us. He puts things on their spirit for a reason. Bring it out, King. Slakia.
Psalms chapter 96, verse 5.
Khan.
For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
Khan. So he's saying, all they have is idols. And all those idols, well, I'll let the precepts speak. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 28, Baba Kashah. So the other nations have their own gods that the Most High allows them to have to keep them out of our way, because he's our God, he's our Father. He gave us laws, statutes, commandments we should obey. Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 28.
Khan.
And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
Khan. And the Most High, he's telling us. He's like, look, you got curiosity? You want to know what they're worshiping? I'll tell you what they're worshiping. Wood and stone that does not breathe, that does not hear, that does not eat, that does not nothing. He's like, so you wanted to hear it? I told you. That's who they are. They're idols, wood and stone. That's what they're worshiping. Does that sound appeasing? Does that sound great? No, it doesn't. He said, I am your God. Yahawah, that is my name. I gave you laws, statutes, and commandments to abide by. So abide by them. I will fight for you. Like you said, they're wood and stone. They can't eat, they can't breathe. They sure as heck can't fight. But you know what? Those idols, they belong to those other nations. So let them have them. We have no reason to want to know about them. The Most High just told us about them. They're wood and stone. They are nothing. Could you bring out Deuteronomy 28:36, Baba Kashab? So we have a God, Yasharallah. His name is Yahawah.
That's right.
He gave us laws, statutes, commandments. He chose us.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 36.
Bring it out.
The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
Khan. So again, he's letting us know you're gonna go off for a time. You're gonna get lost in the sauce. and your curiosity is going to get the best of you, and you're going to be serving these other people, and you're going to see how crappy it is, because how they're going to treat you like crap. But that's why we're here now in this present time, because it's time to come out of that folly. It's time to wake up. It's time to serve our God, Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi.
That's right.
Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. There's the Father, and there's the Son, and there's us, His children. And we need to keep it that way. Keep it in order. We are not above the Son of our living God, Yahawah, and we are certainly not above the Most High Yahawah to go worship other gods that mean nothing. And He's telling us that right here. Could I please get Isaiah 37:19, Baba Kasham? Just a few more, family. But the Most High, I give praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Because, man, when I was reading this stuff, it made me feel so good to know that what I'm doing is His will, it's His purpose. And I have nothing to complain about.
That's right.
Isaiah 37, verse 19.
Khan.
And have cast their gods into the fire, for they were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them.
Khan. And the Most High, He says, you're so curious about them, their other gods. Let me tell you what I'm going to do with their idols. Cast them into the fire and destroy them. So I can only imagine that for those people that want to follow those wicked idols or the folly ideologies, they're probably going in the fire right after them. So that is why it is our duty, Yahawah, or Yasharallah, stay on the task that the Most High has appointed to us. Stay observing and praising the Most High's name, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Read the Bible. Talk to your local congregation. Reach out to us in the comments. You got questions? Ask. We're here to help. We're here to wake up our people. We're here to do the work of the Most High. So, with that, I'd like to yield my time and say, Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
I yield my time.
Oh.